We're the first restaurant in the UAE to receive a Michelin green star.
Is it worth it to open up a restaurant in Dubai?
That's a good question. I think so, but I just actually end up falling in love with Dubai.
Smuggling diamonds.
I don't know where I would smuggle it. We'll keep that to the imagination.
Right.
Beast mode.
Beast mode is very fun. Okay. 3, 2.
I see business growth.
Welcome to Business Talks Dubai. My name is Dollfuss, co-founder of Flex Strategies, and today I'm here with Zach. Is running or heading up the restaurant which is called Lowe.
That's right.
And what brought you to Dubai?
What brought me to Dubai is a long story, but I'll give you the short of it. I actually wasn't planning on moving here. I was living in Australia in hospitality as well for about 8 years.
Yeah.
And then COVID kind of threw spanner in the works for everybody involved. And as soon as it was open to travel again, I was open to working somewhere else. I actually came to Dubai for a different business to help my friend with his diamond and gold business.
Interesting.
Believe it or not, yeah. So I was actually traveling back and forth between the Congo, Uganda, Kenya.
Smuggling diamonds.
All the above, all the correct trades. I don't know where I would smuggle it. We'll keep that to the imagination. But yeah, and I just actually end up falling in love with Dubai, the city, the culture, the people, and said, you know what, I think instead of catching malaria multiple times and living in a place where there was no running water or electricity at the time, I think I prefer to stay in Dubai and get back into hospitality.
Okay, can you tell us a bit about Lowe?
Sure. So Lowe opened in 2019, and then speaking of COVID, obviously shut down for a bit and reopened. We actually were the first restaurant in the UAE to receive a Michelin green star, and we've now won it 3 years in a row.
Can you explain a bit what a Michelin green star is?
We actually don't know what the criteria is for it. Michelin keeps it a well-regarded secret, but it stands for sustainable gastronomy. And sustainable gastronomy is a lot more than just recycling and doing a few things here and there. It's about the entire ecosystem of how the restaurant works. So how we incorporate our menu to make sure there's as little waste as possible. How we interact with our suppliers is a big one. How we interact with the community. We like to share our knowledge. If we win the Michelin Green Star and keep it behind to ourselves, what's the point? We like to teach other people about what we're doing because we learn from other people, and we hope other people can learn from us, because we think sustainability is a very important aspect in the hospitality industry, and we like to share as much information as possible.
It's like restaurant business, I know, is a very tough business.
It can be very hard, yes.
So what is it that makes Lowe successful, and what's the niche you guys have captured?
It's hard to tell what makes Lowe successful. I think there's a lot of different things that combine to make us what we are, but we like to say we're homegrown. We don't take ourselves too seriously. We're not a shiny, brand new, polished in a hotel off Sheikh Zayed Road where it's a trip to get here, but once you get here, you don't feel like you're in Dubai anymore. You feel like you're in a cafe with all these green, luscious plants going around. You don't think that there's a sprawling city metropolis about 20 kilometers away. We didn't want to do what everybody else in Dubai was doing. We wanted to make sure that what we put on the plate was something we were proud of, and it wasn't just following a trend or keeping up with the Joneses, sort of say. We pick our proteins and our produce very meticulously. We change it with the season. We like to shop locally, which I think differentiates us from a lot of different restaurants in Dubai. Actively going to farms in the UAE, we're actively having conversations with suppliers to see what produce can be grown locally, and then when I say locally, I mean UAE, and then expanding out right into the GCC and then internationally if there's no produce available.
What's the biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge is probably staying relevant, because we're in a position where there's not much foot traffic. So we need to make sure that people who do make it to us have an experience that they want to talk to their friends about.
So is this how you attract more clients, as in word of mouth? Is that your main way?
Look, and it's difficult when we say word of mouth, because if someone has a negative experience, they're 10 times more likely to say it than if they have a positive experience.
Yeah.
So we really got to push to make sure that these people feel like they're seen, like they're welcome, like we're listening to their feedback. We change the menu all the time, not just with the seasons, but based on people's needs and wants. For example, there was someone who came in every day, not every day, but almost every day and ordered our market fish. But there wasn't a green salad to go with it as an option.
Yeah.
And so he mentioned it. So the next time we rotated a menu, we had a different sort of fish protein dish on the menu, but we included that garden salad, we included that, broccoli, asparagus sort of thing, and it made a difference. And for him, it might not seem like a lot, but for him to see that a restaurant is taking the time to care and listen to its customers, I think that is what can make you stand out from the rest.
We have a lot of viewers that always ask us, is it worth it to open up a restaurant in Dubai? How is it different to other countries? Can you give us a little bit, some secrets of, what's the percentage of food cost? Is it the same as in other countries, or is it different here in Dubai? Staff, cost of staff, etc. Can you give us a little bit of a background?
Sure. So cost of food is just going to depend on what you market it as. The cost is going to be a little bit higher than most places just because it's not readily available. So if you have to go out and find it, then it's going to be more expensive. However, it's reflected, I think, in the cost of the food. So let's say a great GP that you might aim for is cost of goods anywhere between 20 to 25%. Now, in terms of staffing costs, it's a little bit different than anywhere else in the world in the sense that you don't have casual labor.
Yeah.
So during the summertime, when Dubai tends to get a little bit slower due to the heat, if I was in Australia, let's say, I could just hire a casual staff that does 2 to 3 shifts a week. They might be a student, they might be, just looking for an extra cash on the side, and I can just do those shifts. Whereas here in the UAE, it's always going to be a full-time contract.
So that means you have to plan more meticulous, or?
Yes, and it just means that during the summer season, people tend to take their annual leave because there is less work to go around. But at the same time, I don't have those options that I might say have in Europe, where I can just hire a casual laborer or hire someone for 2 shifts a week, because you're not going to find that here in the UAE.
Would you personally open up your own restaurant in Dubai?
That's a good question. I think so, but I don't say yes because financial gain. I say yes because I'm passionate about food and beverage. And I think the businesses that end up thriving, not just in the UAE or Dubai, but anywhere in the world, is because the people are passionate.
What niche would you go into? Like what type of restaurant if you would open up your own?
Ooh, well, there isn't many of here in Dubai, and I fully enjoy a dive bar. I enjoy a bar where, it's mother's home style cooking. You got your mac and cheese, you got your pasta. It's very, very basic, but done with quality ingredients. And just a place where you can come and you don't have to call your friends to know if they're going to be at the restaurant or the bar, because you know they're going to be there.
Yeah. Okay. Zach, you're not allowed to mention Lowe now. What are your top 3 restaurants in Dubai?
Ooh. All right, I know number 1, but I'll save it for last. I like Reef.
Okay.
Reef for a sushi place. The head chef there is doing some great things. He just won a couple of Bib Gourmands for all his restaurants, which we were happy to see. I mean, I'm a regular there, but I don't think it qualifies as the best restaurant, but I love the vibe of the ambience. I go back for the staff. It's Wings and Rings.
Oh, okay.
Just because of the way it makes me, it brings me back to my Canadian roots when I was in college, having some wings, having some casual drinks. And I think number 1 by far is Orfali.
Oh, nice. Orfali Brothers. Yeah.
Had the pleasure of crossing paths with him multiple times. Such a lovely guy, and honestly, amazing food.
Very nice. You mentioned before you've been in a Tesla before.
Yep.
Most probably you know the Beast mode, because we're driving in a Cyber Beast, it's called, right?
Beast mode.
I'll show you in a second. Beast mode is very fun. Okay. 3, 2. It's crazy, huh?
You feel that in the guts, that's for sure. And that was nothing. That could have kept going, couldn't it?
Yeah. Zach, thanks a lot.
My pleasure, anytime.
And if you guys liked the video, press the like button. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and drop us a note in the comment section with the type of business you want us to interview next. Do you think we can also have a look at the restaurant?
By all means.
Doesn't have to be today, but
Anytime you want, just...
sure. We'll come for lunch as well.
By all means, yeah.